Back here at home, as we told you, the economy continues to be the focus for many Americans right now. President Trump got elected in part because he pledged to bring down prices and make life better for Americans. The latest core consumer price index, though, which includes food and energy costs, was 3.3% higher in January than economists expected. And add in those tariffs the president has said he's imposing on some countries. Experts are wondering whether or not Trump is going to be able to keep these promises on the economy. Joining us live this morning, Rob Schroeder is the Washington bureau chief with MarketWatch. Good to have you here because this is timely. Everybody's talking about it. I walked through the Giant the other day and I saw people standing in front of the egg counter, literally with their mouths open, looking at a $12 carton of eggs. Now, we've all centered on this, but why are these prices not coming down the way it had been promised they were going to come down immediately?
Eggflation, Tom, is a very real thing that many Americans are feeling. This is largely the result of disease, avian flu, something that the administration says that they'll be having a plan for sometime soon. Many people out there would certainly like to see that plan. It's not enough to just cull chickens or kill chickens. This is not the sort of thing that you can get under control right away. And it's an ongoing problem that could be very politically risky, obviously, for President Trump.
And let's talk about that, because Joe Biden's presidency started to crumble on this. We went to parking lots. We would talk to people in supermarkets. The economy and the cost of people's groceries was something we heard over and over and over again. How damaging is this to a presidency when people are talking about this and not all the other things that have been flooding the news cycle lately?
Absolutely, Tom. I think right now, if we were to give a grade to President Trump, it would be incomplete or probationary, if you like. However, very soon, he will be owning this economy. It will be the Trump economy in a matter, I think, of weeks, not months here. We're not even a month into the administration. But I think you'll have patience wearing very thin when those prices, like eggs, like gasoline, like other staples and things that everybody pays for every day, don't start coming down.
It seems the focus has gotten very broad here. We're talking about the Gulf of America. We're talking about possibly annexing Greenland. We're talking about a whole host of other things besides what's going on at the supermarkets right now. Why do so many economists continue to raise and ring this bell that this needs to be the focus of this administration early on, right out of the gate?
This is pocketbook issues. This is classic politics and policy that affects literally everyone in the country, what you're paying at the pump, at the grocery store, and so on. The administration claims that its long-term plans will bring down inflation. That remains to be seen, as I said, still an incomplete picture. But with their ideas about spending cuts, also tax cuts, they're hoping that they're going to sort of prime the economy to grow and to benefit lots of Americans.
Let's talk about the tariffs, because the president has had a lot to say about this, and he has a very specific position on this. And it is borne up in some fact in that countries outside of the United States have moved manufacturing off our shores, closed down factories here, but yet continue to manufacture these products overseas, and then our American workers do not get those jobs. These tariffs, though, are controversial with some economists because they believe American consumers are going to pay the costs of these things. Does the president really want Americans to pay the cost of these things, or is it move towards getting these companies to come back here to American shores?
There's definitely an effort, Tom, for what might be called reshoring of jobs, for jobs to come back to the U.S. And the president clearly views tariffs as a tool, or you can call them taxes on imports in layman's terms, really. So the aim there is, yes, to bring manufacturing back. However, you do risk a trade war. You do risk higher prices, as Americans themselves may be the ones footing the bill. So it could be a sort of self-inflicted wound while you're trying to do something economically positive for the very people you're trying to serve.
In the short term, though, it has been successful in highlighting the trade imbalance, and that may or may not be one of the administration's goal in all of this, if not actually putting the tariffs in place.
That's right. You think of Canada, Mexico, he's gotten them to come to the table.
All right. Rob Schroeder from MarketWatch, we thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.